Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Trail News. Trail News is meant to be a short video which showcases a few trail-related articles that I find useful to share. These are either articles that I've found or that viewers have submitted to me. And just as an FYI, there is no schedule for Trail News. These are secondary to trail rides, and they are worked on when no other trail rides are currently being edited. Our top story today comes from the Northwest Herald. In McHenry County, part of the Prairie Trail is closed for construction. According to the article, that half-mile section of trail is going to be closed through May. And unfortunately, this is not the kind of closure that they could just create a detour to go around. The article notes, no through traffic will be permitted. If you're interested in the latest updates on this project, be sure to visit the Conservation District's website. On that site, when you scroll down, you can see the latest updates. Although the updates on their site are a little confusing, it shows that the construction should end in mid-May, and just below that, it shows it runs through mid-June. Let's take a look at a map of the closure. Earlier this month, I was able to ride my first ride of the year, which started in Algonquin, Illinois from Town Park. So the closure is just north of that, but the closure is not just affecting that half mile of trail, it's also affecting the trail parking on Meyer Drive. So things are going to suck for a while on the trail, especially if you're in Algonquin and you're trying to head north, or if you're in the Crystal Lake area and trying to head south. But on the bright side, trail improvements are always a good thing. In other news, I found an interesting article on Streets blog Chicago that discusses the Route 53 extension proposal. After decades of trying to extend Route 53 going north, it's likely that a multi-use trail will be built there instead. Recently, the county board approved a plan to turn the Route 53 extension land into an off-street trail. Let's take another look at that map. For starters, here's Lakewood Forest Preserve in Wakanda and Independence Grove in Libertyville. Here's the Millennium Trail, the Loop at Ray Lake. Here's the North Shore Bike Path and the Robert McClory Trail, the Skokie Valley Bike Path, Middle Fork Savannah. And lastly, you may remember last fall, I rode the trails at the Buffalo Creek Forest Preserve. When I made my way all the way west, I was right by a Menards. This arrow is pointed directly at the Menards. So if this trail happens, that would basically mean you could get from Buffalo Grove to almost all the way north to Rollins Savannah Forest Preserve. I don't know if this is going to happen, but even if it does, it'll be at least a few years before the project gets off the ground. And lastly, subscriber Zethan sent me an article last year about improvements on the Cook County portion of the Des Plaines River Trail. While I haven't ridden the entirety of the Cook County portion of the Des Plaines River Trail, I have ridden the section between Lake Cook Road and Allison Woods. And frankly, that's all you need to do before you realize the Lake County portion of the trail is vastly superior. But thankfully, the Forest Preserves of Cook County are working on several sections of the trail. According to the map on their site, it looks like they have 3 active project areas for this trail. At this point, I'm not entirely sure if they have sections of this trail closed, but it is my intent to try and ride this trail sometime this spring. If you're interested in learning more about these projects, be sure to visit their website as they go into some pretty good detail on this. After these much-needed trail improvements, what I'd really like to see is a connector trail that connects the southern end of the Des Plaines River Trail to the eastern end of the Illinois Prairie Path. And that's all I got for this edition of Trail News. I'll catch you on the next ride. Do you have any trail news to share? Send me an email to the address below.